Their high school relationship endured the scrutiny of fame, riches, and the world's attention, and Jon Bon Jovi and Dorothea Hurley have been regarded as one of the most stable couples in rock for decades. However, rumors and speculations regarding their marriage have endured behind the public smiles and red carpet appearances. A protracted stillness, during which Dorothea revealed the truth that had been hidden for years, was finally broken not long ago. Many admirers were taken aback by this revelation, which caused confusion among everyone. Your entire view of these two heroes will be shaken by what you're about to learn. John Francis Bon Jovi Jr., better known as Jon Bon Jovi, was born on March 2, 1962, in Perth Amboy, New Jersey. He had a profound passion for music from a young age, and that passion would go on to influence rock music for many years. He had an innate gift for music and performance from an early age. Recording his first single, Runaway, in his cousin's studio in 1980 was his first big break. Local radio stations began playing the tune, which catapulted him to fame and launched his career. Such early success foreshadowed the lasting impact he would have on rock music and his talent for connecting with listeners. Jon Bon Jovi made a giant leap forward in 1983 when he formed the band Bon Jovi. Richie Sambora on guitar, Alec John Such on bass, Tico Torres on drums, and David Bryan on keyboards made out the band. Importantly, the band's style was able to strike a balance between energetic hard rock and catchy melodies because of this blend of skill and chemistry. In the year that followed, Bon Jovi's self-titled debut album came out, showcasing Jon's magnetic stage presence and the band's unfiltered energy. Album sales were average, but they set the stage for the band's eventual meteoric rise to international stardom. In 1986, with the publication of Slippery When Wet, they finally broke through. Hits like You Give Love a Bad Name and Livin' on a Prayer from this album propelled Bon Jovi to stardom on a global scale. Along with defining the era, these songs solidified Jon Bon Jovi's position as a prominent voice in rock music. Global audiences were captivated by the album's infectious songs, strong vocals, and accessible content. Slippery When Wet demonstrated the band's talent at penning songs that could be enjoyed by both casual listeners and die-hard rock fans, thereby establishing their position as a formidable force in the music industry. Bon Jovi's 1989 album New Jersey had a Billboard 200 chart debut at number 1. The album proved that the band could keep making singles in their own unique manner and still top the charts. Bad Medicine and I'll Be There For You, two of the album's tracks, were huge hits with listeners and had a lot of airplay. Now, Jon Bon Jovi was a world-renowned rock star, revered for his musical prowess, unwavering commitment to his art, and remarkable knack for forging personal connections with his devoted fan base. Jon Bon Jovi chose to pursue solo possibilities in 1990, despite the band's enormous popularity. He released the smash song Blaze of Glory for the Young Guns 2 soundtrack during this time and also studied acting. A Golden Globe was bestowed upon him as a result of the single's financial and critical success. His ability to thrive as a solo artist as well as a member of a band was on full display throughout this period of his career. Beyond the constraints of the group dynamic, it gave him the opportunity to explore new creative territory and broaden his artistic horizons. Jon and Bon Jovi's reunion album, Keep the Faith, came out in 1992. The album marked a new beginning for the band, one that reflected their maturation as individuals and as musicians. Bon Jovi proved they could stay relevant in the face of shifting musical tastes by tackling modern issues while staying faithful to their rock heritage. The band's sustained success in the new millennium was set in motion by Keep the Faith, which solidified their significance in the music industry. Released in the year 2000, Bon Jovi's Crush featured the smash hit It's My Life around the turn of the millennium. The band's ability to reach both older and younger listeners was on full display in this song's meteoric rise to anthem status. Critics lauded the album for demonstrating Bon Jovi's ability to adapt musically without compromising their signature sound, thanks to its hybrid of modern production and classic rock components. Among the band's most iconic and long-playing songs, It's My Life stands out, representing the qualities of strength and independence. The band's 2005 single, Have a Nice Day, peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200 upon its release. Strong melodies and emotionally powerful lyrics were Bon Jovi's trademark, and this album was no exception. This era showcased the band's capacity to stay commercially successful while experimenting with their sound, connecting with their fans, and engaging with modern concerns. Bon Jovi proved that they could keep making songs that people would listen to even as tastes and trends in music changed. Bon Jovi's 2009 album, The Circle, debuted atop the Billboard 200 chart for years after its release. Their unwavering enthusiasm and dedication to creating top-notch music was on full display throughout the CD. What Happens Now in 2013 further solidified Bon Jovi's position as one of the longest-running and most reliable acts in rock with their debut at number 1. These successes demonstrated the band's durability, demonstrating that you can have a long history while still being relevant and engaging with your audience. An important step in 2018 was the induction of Jon Bon Jovi and the band into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which acknowledged their tremendous impact on music. This recognition was a tribute to their artistic impact, which extended beyond their financial success and touched the lives of many musicians. Jon Bon Jovi's induction into the Hall of Fame solidified his position as a pivotal player in the annals of rock music, recognizing his exceptional creative abilities and his remarkable ability to maintain a lucrative career spanning several decades. Forever, Jon's 2024 album that showcases his ongoing artistic evolution proves that his love for music has never faded. He was also the lead in the Bon Jovi biopic Thank You, Good Night, which aired on Hulu that year, through which listeners might have a personal understanding of his background, professional trajectory, and the band's evolution. His accomplishments were better understood in the context of this undertaking, which shed light on the obstacles and successes that molded his career. It was a showcase for Jon Bon Jovi's capacity to think critically about his legacy while maintaining a high level of artistic output and performance. Jon Bon Jovi's career exemplifies perseverance, originality, and devotion from his humble beginnings in New Jersey to his status as a worldwide rock superstar. Despite the ups and downs of stardom, shifting musical trends, and personal development, he has managed to stay relevant to fans all around the globe. His story exemplifies the power of natural ability, coupled with grit, determination, and teamwork, to achieve long-term success. From the early days of recording songs to his meteoric rise to fame with Bon Jovi's critically acclaimed albums, Jon has shown time and again that he can adapt while staying faithful to his creative vision. Along with financial success, Jon Bon Jovi's narrative is one of creative development and unwavering devotion. He has demonstrated his versatility as an entertainer by juggling solo work, band endeavors, and acting chances. Awards, chart success, and critical praise have acknowledged his musical accomplishments, and his entry into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame further cemented his position in music history. His work's lasting significance is demonstrated not just by the awards he has received, but also by his ability to connect with followers of all generations. Jon Bon Jovi has maintained his status as a major player in the rock music industry for over 40 years. His commitment to growing as an artist while retaining his own sound is evident in all of his albums, from his earliest to most recent ones. Because of the profound stories they portray, songs such as You Give Love a Bad Name, Livin' on a Prayer, and It's My Life have become pillars of popular culture. Unforgettable tunes and concepts that apply to everyone. His work exemplifies the value of being flexible, persistent, and knowing one's audience inside and out. Jon Bon Jovi's career has been characterized by tremendous musical success and everlasting popularity, but it has also been fraught with difficulties and disputes. Reflecting the temptations and pressures of fame, Jon's private life, like that of many rock musicians of his time, occasionally made headlines. Bon Jovi freely confessed in the beginning of his climb to fame that he was not perfect in his relationships. "I got away with murder," he admitted in his open remarks. "There were 100 girls in my life," he said, exposing his internal conflicts as he tried to manage his famous position with his other responsibilities. These confessions revealed a more relatable side of the rock star, showing that he dealt with the challenges of love relationships and his own imperfections, two aspects that are common among celebrities. In spite of these transgressions in his youth, Jon Bon Jovi wed Dorothea Hurley, his high school love, in 1989, committing to a lifelong partnership. Their 4 children are evidence of the stability and mutual devotion that have sustained their marriage throughout the years. Even though celebrity and Jon's past transgressions presented obstacles, this part of his story gives fans a more nuanced view of the man behind the music by highlighting the delicate balancing act between his carefree youth and his deliberate efforts to establish a solid family life. Not only has Jon Bon Jovi struggled in his personal relationships, but he has also had serious problems in his career and with his health, most notably with his voice. If he wanted to fix the problems that were preventing him from performing to his fans' expectations, he had to undergo a delicate and risky vocal cord surgery in 2022. He gave a detailed account of the operation, highlighting the complexity of the problem and the surgical solution by saying that one voice cord was as thick as a pinky and the other was as thin as a thumb. Not only did this health issue have an immediate impact on his singing talent, but it also cast doubt on his intentions for future tours. Until he completely recovered his voice, Bon Jovi was hesitant to play in certain places, especially Australia. The incident demonstrated how a rock singer's career might be jeopardized when faced with physical constraints, drawing attention to the complex relationship between artistic expression, health, and the expectations of an audience. As John candidly informed his audience of the gravity of his illness and the necessity to proceed with caution during future performances, his honesty with them was further highlighted, demonstrating an ethical and well-rounded attitude towards his work obligations in spite of continuous obstacles. With the 2013 departure of longtime guitarist Richie Sambora, the dynamics inside Bon Jovi as a band have also experienced their fair share of friction and intrigue. Sambora had been an integral part of the band from the beginning, both creatively and instrumentally. Thus, his departure was a watershed moment. There was a lack of transparency on the reasons for his leaving, causing much conjecture, gossip, and coverage in the media. Both fans and reviewers pondered the split's causes, trying to make sense of Sambora's sudden departure given his pivotal role in developing Bon Jovi's distinctive style. This incident demonstrated the difficulties of maintaining creative partnerships over the long term, especially for a band that has been together for decades and has been commercially successful. This departure highlighted the interplay between internal dynamics, audience expectations, and media scrutiny in determining a band's history, as well as its effects on the band's musical direction, live performances, and public perception. Concerns regarding the originality of Jon Bon Jovi's songwriting have also been a source of controversy around the band. Debates about the originality and authorship of some works have ensued throughout his career due to accusations made by some reviewers and fans that he heavily borrows musical genres and ideas from other artists. Although these claims were never officially proven to be plagiarism, they did spark discussions regarding musical inspiration, impact, and the boundary between rip-off and originality. These conversations on Jon Bon Jovi show how seriously people take well-known musicians. The unrelenting scrutiny that comes with being a top-tier pop music artist. Such scandals have surfaced from time to time, but they haven't seriously damaged his career or legacy. This could be because his fan-related work is stronger than these criticisms. Dorothea Hurley was the partner of Jon Bon. Born in New Jersey on September 29, 1962, Dorothea Hurley's life is tightly intertwined with the life of one of the most renowned individuals in rock music, the Bon Jovi. She has her roots in the same close-knit town that would later support Jon Bon Jovi's career from the start. She had a normal upbringing and teenage years in New Jersey, but those years set the stage for an incredible lifelong friendship. Her 1980 meeting with Jon Bon Jovi occurred at New Jersey's Serville War Memorial High School, where she was a student. Their meeting, however brief, proved to be crucial. A spark that would ignite a love story that would last for decades, characterized by strength, perseverance, and the peculiar demands of fame. Their bond, formed while they were teenagers, started with the ordinary emotional exploration and naive curiosity of adolescence. However, dealing with a relationship while being increasingly famous would eventually have its own unique set of problems. It was evident from the beginning that Dorothea and Jon's connection was based on more than just physical attraction. It was also strengthened by their common history and their ability to empathize with one another. This set the stage for a long-term partnership that managed both their own dedication and the pressures of their public personas. Dorothea and Jon's relationship went through the usual highs and lows of adolescent love in the beginning, but Jon's ascent to rock celebrity made everything worse. After dating for a while, the couple briefly split up in 1985, when Jon began dating actress Diane Lane, and their breakup occurred at the same time. The fundamental bond between Dorothea and Jon remained strong even after this brief separation. They were able to put their differences aside and get closer as time went on. An unexpected and passionate elopement in Las Vegas on April 29, 1989, was the climax of this reconnection. According to reports, the bandmates and their families were taken aback by the unexpectedness of the wedding, highlighting the couple's private and intimate vow to one another. In a life increasingly dictated by stardom, media scrutiny, and the pressures of a global music career, their decision to marry discreetly, out of the spotlight, demonstrated the importance they put on their own decisions and mutual regard. It was a symbolic moment that represented commitment, closeness, and the value of guarding their relationship's core, even as the star power of Jon Bon Jovi continued to rise. Over the course of their marriage, which lasted over 10 years, Dorothea and Jon welcomed 4 children into the world, beginning with Stephanie in 1993, Jesse in 1995, Jacob in 2002, and Romeo in 2004 were the subsequent arrivals. Some may not fully comprehend the special difficulties of raising a family with a famous rock musician. Dorothea kept a steady and loving home life for their children while John was away on tours and promotions, giving them the stability, love, and support they needed to thrive in the strange world of celebrity. Many have said that her motherly position is crucial to the family's cohesiveness, giving them a sense of normalcy unity despite the remarkable circumstances of their celebrity lives. Juggling the responsibilities of a public life with those of a parent necessitates careful time management. Dorothea has proven over and again that she can keep things in perspective, keeping family at the center of their lives together. Her efforts contributed to creating a stable and nurturing home life for the couple, which in turn strengthened the emotional bond that has allowed their relationship to last. Beyond her role as a mother, Dorothea Hurley has shown her adaptability, perseverance, and desire for personal development via her many professional and charitable endeavors. Being a certified karate instructor not only shows her dedication and concentration, but it also gives us a glimpse into her drive for self-improvement and empowerment. Her approach to family life and civic involvement has been obviously shaped by this training, which exemplifies resilience and balance. Dorothea has also been quite active in philanthropy, and she and Jon Bon Jovi have collaborated on several projects that have an influence outside of the music business. In an effort to eliminate food instability and hunger, she helped found the NGO JBJ Soul Kitchen. Those in need can get their hands on healthy food through the program, which also promotes self-respect, solidarity, and civic duty. Dorothea's dedication to finding effective solutions to social problems is demonstrated by her active involvement in this effort. Shows that she can put her compassion into action, exemplifying a life centered around morals, which aligns with Jon Bon Jovi's public persona and purpose. Dorothea has also made contributions to the JBJ Soul Foundation, which addresses more systemic social concerns including poverty, injustice, and homelessness, in addition to the JBJ Soul Kitchen. Her dedication to social change is evident in her activity, which prioritizes engagement and real action over superficial public recognition. She has built programs that address systemic difficulties and provide concrete support to underprivileged groups through her philanthropic activities. Her ability to use her celebrity status to launch impactful projects is on full display here, proving once again that community leadership, advocacy, and service are powerful tools for change. Dorothea's ongoing support for these causes demonstrates her wisdom in the value of intelligent engagement and long-term commitment. It also demonstrates the power of one's own convictions when matched with the right circumstances and means. Unlike the limelight-saturated rock music industry, Dorothea has chosen to lead a quiet life, even though she has spent most of her life in the shadow of her renowned husband. But she has made rare appearances at public occasions honoring Jon Bon Jovi's career and the things they've accomplished together. She was present during Jon Bon Jovi's 2024 documentary series premiere of Thank You, Good Night, The Bon Jovi Story. Her constant attendance at these occasions is a testament to her devotion to his creative work and her eagerness to participate in tributes to the band's history. Dorothea meticulously balances personal privacy with meaningful involvement through her limited public appearances. She successfully pays homage to Jon Bon Jovi's career highlights while being true to herself, demonstrating that she is an equal parts supportive wife and autonomous person with her own set of principles. Her contributions to the couple's story are defined by her private devotion and measured public support, which illustrate how she has influenced both the personal and professional aspects of their life together. Marriage, fame, and privacy are some of Dorothea's concerns. Even though Dorothea Hurley and Jon Bon Jovi have a private relationship, the world has taken notice of their marriage. Despite the profound personal significance of the decision, the 1989 elopement shocked many in the media and among Jon's legion of followers who had grown accustomed to following his meteoric climb to international rock superstar. This surprising choice to wed in private in Las Vegas, far from the prying eyes of onlookers, proved that Jon and Dorothy wanted to put their own dedication ahead of what the public expected. But it also thrust them into the limelight, which they hadn't bargained for, because their relationship was the center of attention due to Jon Bon Jovi's rising stardom and the prominent character of his career. Thus, the delicate balancing act of public image and private commitment defined their early years as a married couple. As Jon was able to handle the pressures of stardom and performance with Dorothea's unwavering support, Dorothea frequently had to strike a balance between her private life and her public persona. As the public, I took a keener interest in her relationship with Jon Bon Jovi as his success rose. Following Jon's career highlights allowed fans and media to keep tabs on his family's whereabouts and what they were up to. On the other hand, Dorothea usually favored staying out of the spotlight, devoting her time and energy to her family, her charitable work, and her own interests rather than becoming a public spectacle. She was able to assist John without becoming a media darling in her own right, which was a reflection of her personality and a strategic attitude to life under scrutiny. That Dorothea's life and works were occasionally misinterpreted or undervalued by the public was a result of the caution that helped keep their children and family normal. Even though the marriage was based on love and partnership, it was nevertheless vulnerable to criticism and other influences, necessitating tact and fortitude on the part of both spouses. The couple's dedication to each other has been tried and true over the years, through the ups and downs of public opinion and the inevitable difficulties of committed partnerships. Dorothea's method has played a crucial role in maintaining the harmony of their marriage by stressing tolerance, comprehension, and discretion. Behind the scenes, she has been a constant and stabilizing force by putting the family's welfare first and backing John's career. Their contrasting approaches to public life, her cautious engagement, and John's high-energy visibility, make for a winning combination that enables both to excel in their respective fields. This harmony illustrates how a combination of emotional intelligence, strategic prudence, and a shared dedication to long-term objectives go beyond seeking quick public approval, are necessary to preserve a relationship in the spotlight. Even while Dorothea usually keeps to herself, her appearances at major public events have on occasion brought attention to her position in the Bon Jovi story. Thank you. Good night. The Bon Jovi Story, Jon Bon Jovi's documentary series, premiered in 2024, although she was noticeably absent from the event owing to health concerns. The media and fans were both curious and worried about her disappearance, which goes to show how even a short break from a high-profile celebrity's usual public appearances can cause a stir. Although Dorothea's disappearance had private and personal reasons, the public's response highlights the constant curiosity about her life and the scrutiny she faces as John's spouse. She has shown remarkable self-control by deciding not to attend this event. Her actions illustrate the importance of balancing her health and personal priorities with the scrutiny that comes with being a member of a renowned family. The fact that even her personal health issues are being discussed and speculated about in public is another example of the difficulties she faces. With Jon Bon, Dorothea discusses the difficulties of her marriage. Throughout the years, Jon Bon Jovi and Dorothea Hurley have recounted an incredible tale of love and strength. Their bond, which began in high school, has endured the ups and downs of stardom and life as a couple. Many look up to them as a model couple, but Dorothea has been very forthright about the difficulties they've had. "The man I married isn't the same guy anymore," she has said in interviews. Thinking back on the ways their chemistry has changed due to fame, time, and life changes. Her openness and honesty provide a window into the world beyond the flawless exterior, suggesting challenges and development that the general audience seldom observes. They adapted to each other and learned to understand each other during the first few years of their marriage. Dorothea has discussed how Jon Bon Jovi's meteoric rise to fame has affected their relationship, going on to say that success changes people and places. Fame, she has shown, affects not only the famous person but also their loved ones, changing the way they live their lives, interact with one another, and even their families. She highlights the couple's will to face adversity as a unit, highlighting the mutual resilience that has enabled their marriage to continue despite these obstacles. The conflict between how others see you and how you really feel is highlighted in Dorothea's contemplations. The couple's lives have been complicated at times due to the intense scrutiny from fans and the media, despite the fact that they have managed to keep their family environment friendly and loving. While her comments about John not being the man she married have sparked conjecture, they also highlight the inevitable change that occurs in partnerships over time. Their understanding of collaboration has developed to the point where they can accept change while still being committed. It also shows that transformation, adaptation, and negotiating between individual development and joint objectives may happen in even long-lasting partnerships. Their marriage has been a source of both strength and struggle, and Jon Bon Jovi has spoken frankly about it. Recognizing the continuous work needed to maintain a long-term relationship, he has said, "Life is full of challenges and changes, but if you're growing together, everything should work out." He emphasized that honesty, self-awareness, and the ongoing balancing of individual desires with shared obligations are essential components of a healthy marriage while reflecting on his own shortcomings. Both parties have made it clear that they view their marriage as a dynamic collaboration based on mutual respect and understanding. The stability that their family life has provided has been crucial in weathering the storms of celebrity and the demands of their careers. John and Dorothea have brought up 4 kids: Romeo, Jesse, Jacob, and Stephanie. attending to one's professional and charitable obligations while also caring for one's children. While John has been busy with his work and governmental duties, Dorothea has been there to provide stability for her children and build a loving home for them. The couple's capacity to put family first shows that they have similar values and highlights the fact that long-lasting partnerships necessitate caring for each other as individuals as well as for their extended family. As they work through the challenges of their marriage, Dorothea has stressed the need of openness and honesty in communication. Instead of displaying animosity, her pragmatic approach to cooperation shines through in her recognition of change and difficulties. She has mentioned that life as a couple isn't always peachy, and that accepting each other's changes in character or situation helps, not hurts, their relationship. This method highlights a dedication to being genuine, implying that the foundation of healthy, long-term relationships is open communication, mutual support, and constant adjustment. Thank you. Good night. The Bon Jovi Narrative, a documentary series that delves more into the couple's narrative in 2024, offers a personal glimpse into John's profession and their shared personal journey.